Yosemite National Park, a natural wonder of America. Yosemite is not just a place on a map, it is a living story carved into stone, water, and forest over millions of years. Nestled in the Sierra Nevada mountains of California, Yosemite stands as one of America's greatest natural wonders, a land where towering granite cliffs, ancient trees, and powerful waterfalls come together to tell a story far older than human memory. To visit Yosemite is to step into a vast outdoor museum where nature itself is both the artist and the historian. Long before Yosemite became a national park, long before roads, trails, and visitors, this land was shaped by forces beyond imagination. Massive glaciers once moved slowly through the mountains, carving deep valleys and smoothing granite into the dramatic forms we see today. Yosemite Valley, the heart of the park, was created by these ancient glaciers, leaving behind sheer rock walls, broad meadows, and a winding river that still flows calmly through the landscape. The granite cliffs, polished by ice and time, stand as silent witnesses to Earth's long and powerful history. Among these cliffs rise some of the most famous natural landmarks in the United States. El Capitan, a single massive block of granite, towers nearly 3,000 feet above the valley floor. Nearby, Half Dome rises with its unique shape, as if a giant stone dome was split in two. These formations are not only symbols of Yosemite, but also icons of human challenge and inspiration. Climbers from around the world come to test their strength and skill on these rock faces, while others simply stand below, looking up in awe at their size and beauty. Water plays an equally important role in Yosemite's story. The park is home to countless waterfalls, fed by snow that melts from the high mountains each spring. Yosemite Falls, one of the tallest waterfalls in North America, plunges down in a powerful display of movement and sound. Bridal Veil Fall, often seen at the entrance to Yosemite Valley, sends a fine mist into the air, catching sunlight and wind. These waterfalls are not permanent monuments. They change with the seasons, sometimes roaring with force, sometimes fading to a gentle trickle. In this way, Yosemite teaches visitors that nature is alive and always changing. While Yosemite's rocks and water reveal the planet's ancient past, its forests connect us to living time. The park is famous for its giant sequoias, the largest trees on Earth by volume. These towering giants have stood for thousands of years, surviving fires, storms, and changing climates. Walking among them is a quiet and humbling experience. Their massive trunks and high branches remind visitors of how small human lives are compared to the long rhythm of nature. The sequoias are not only natural wonders, but also symbols of endurance and resilience. Long before Yosemite became a destination for travelers, it was home to Native American communities who lived in harmony with the land. The Ahwahneechee people and other tribes lived in the Yosemite region for thousands of years, developing deep spiritual and cultural connections to the mountains, rivers, and forests. They understood the land not as something to own, but as something to respect and protect. Many place names, traditions, and stories from these early inhabitants remain an important part of Yosemite's history today, even though their way of life was deeply disrupted by later settlement. The modern history of Yosemite is closely tied to the birth of the conservation movement in the United States. In the 19th century, as settlers moved west, Yosemite's beauty began to attract artists, writers, and explorers. One of the most influential figures was John Muir, a naturalist who believed that wild places had spiritual and moral value. Through his writing and activism, Muir helped convince the American public and government that Yosemite deserved protection. His efforts played a key role in the creation of national parks, not only in Yosemite, but across the country. In 1890, Yosemite officially became a national park, marking a historic moment in environmental preservation. This decision reflected a growing understanding that some places should be protected not for profit or development, but for their natural beauty and for future generations. Yosemite became a symbol of this idea, showing the world that nature could be valued as much as industry or expansion. Today, Yosemite welcomes millions of visitors each year, offering countless ways to experience its wonders. Some people explore the park through hiking trails that lead to mountain viewpoints, alpine lakes, and hidden valleys. Others enjoy scenic drives, photography, or peaceful walks through meadows and forests. Wildlife such as deer, black bears, birds, and small mammals continue to roam the park, reminding visitors that this is still a wild place, not just a tourist attraction. Yosemite also changes dramatically with the seasons, each one offering a different perspective. In spring, waterfalls reach their peak as snow melts from the mountains. Summer brings clear skies, open trails, and long days of exploration. Autumn paints the meadows and forests with warm colors and quieter moments. Winter transforms the park into a snowy landscape of silence and beauty, where granite cliffs rise above white valleys and frozen rivers. Despite its popularity, Yosemite remains a place where people can reconnect with something deeper. Standing beneath a granite wall, listening to the sound of water, or watching light move across the landscape can create a sense of peace that is difficult to find elsewhere. Yosemite does not demand noise or speed. Instead, it invites patience, reflection, and respect. As a historical landmark and a natural wonder, Yosemite represents one of America's greatest achievements, the decision to protect nature not just for today, but for tomorrow. Its cliffs, trees, and rivers tell stories of Earth's past, human struggle, and environmental responsibility. Yosemite reminds us that progress does not always mean building more, but sometimes means preserving what already exists. In a rapidly changing world, Yosemite stands as a powerful reminder of balance. It shows how humans can learn from nature, protect it, and still find inspiration within it. Yosemite is more than a destination. It is a lesson written in stone and water, a natural wonder that continues to shape hearts, minds, and history across generations.